Dude, it's time to talk to this dirty little slut right now.
Well, here we go.
Wait, are we gonna battle her or what?
Dude, I think we get to like sexually objectify her in this level.
Okay, hold on.
Finally.
So here's something I want to talk about. If
That's okay.
Dude, this looks exactly like Anthony in real life.
Ooh.
This pink thing with the big hair.
This is Anthony that was like,
Yeah.
whenever Anthony stopped cutting his hair.
I just turned into this.
Sometimes when I wake up, I sneeze when I wake up, and it's because Anthony from his bed is tickling my nose with his big ponytail.
Hey, it does what it wants, okay? I just sit there, it moves wherever it wants to.
I can't.
One time I woke
Just
up and it was
jump.
choking me, okay? There's nothing I can do about it.
So it's hostile. It's
Sometimes-
It's Eli Roth's hostile.
No, we just gotten in a fight that night. It's okay. What? I just stopped and like couldn't move.
Oh,
angry.
old man Whitaker almost just clocked me one.
Dude.
Pop.
Oh.
Do they go back to normal after a while if you don't pop them?
No. They stay like sexually inflated.
That's awesome.
Sheldon would love this game. There's so much weird.
Sheldon really
There's so much
would.
weird play in this game.
Our friend Sheldon is definitely like a sexual deviant.
Yeah, he's an exhibitionist. for
Yeah,
sure. No, that's okay. Hold on, that's not true.
No, we took a test and he like every single kink he was positive for, and he was really embarrassed.
He was
about
positive for. He had every kink. It's true. The
was
diagnosis came back positive.
Really
He has
embarrassed,
every
and the
kink.
only reason he told us is because of his humiliation fetish.
No.
Wait, hold on. I want to set the record straight because
Yeah.
Sheldon's a very dear friend of ours. I love him to death.
Yes, he's a very
And-
sweet boy with no sexual deviancy.
Yeah, it's
and he
just-
gets very embarrassed whenever we say stuff like he's an
it's just a running
exhibitionist.
joke that we always attribute these
Because
these
it's so
fetishes to him.
antithetical to who he is.
Yeah, like it started with us saying that he liked feet because I mean that's obviously a gateway, and then
that's the gateway fetish.
That's
right
gate like walk, and then what do you get on a mosquito or yeah,
Just hop on a little mosquito.
and then what was this
there. Oh,
Cuphead?
I ran off the cliff. Oh no, I'm back. Hey, what's up?
And then we started saying he was an exhibitionist.
Yeah.
And then we started to say he like piss.
Oh well, that one's
That's
true.
the natural escalation.
That one.
But for the record, it was just jokes.
Yeah.
Or what?
Except for when we said he's a gimp.
I forgot about that.
That
We did-
part's real.
We did say that too.
That was
Guys, listen to
actually
how fast I can press the button.
Whoa! It actually makes me go faster.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, dude, this game is kind of good a little bit.
I've died a couple times, so this game must actually be really terrible.
It's kind of the Dark Souls of platformers.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
definitely call it like the Dark Souls of Rayman.
I would say this is probably like the Pokemon of platform.
I would definitely call this game the Dark Souls of Rayman Origins.
Oh, speaking of Dark Souls, I wanted to say in the last episode because we were talking about like video game stories from our youth.
Mhm.
That like honestly, I've never been like that big of a video gamer.
Yeah, me neither.
Like my brother is big time, and like okay, what's going on with your schnoz there, pal?
I'm more of a board gamer.
Are you
know what I'm
charging
saying?
up a shot?
Yeah, dude, I'm charging up my what's it called? What's Piccolo's laser called? Just
Special beam
special
cannon.
beam cannon.
I just swallowed a missile.
So anyway, but like sometimes like listening to stuff like what you guys are telling or like listening to other Let's Play channels, like I'm kind of like I feel like I missed out on a part of something by not playing more video games.
It's really just one of those things. Like I really think video games are just another medium that people can have connections with. It'd be
Yeah.
no different than like someone who watched movies a lot. Or
Yeah,
someone
I
who
did
read
that,
books a
and I
lot.
was like
I did that too, Jacob. I was definitely more of a like books and movies. guy
Yeah.
for a
I didn't
very
read
long time.
books because I couldn't read at all.
Yeah. You learned yesterday, right?
Yeah, no, it was like I want to say it was like last week, probably.
Right. What are you reading now?
Stop signs. I can't read.
Oh, it was when you went
Yeah.
to the Scholastic Book Fair and you cried because we were all getting, like
Percy Jackson.
yeah, we were all
I-
getting our little picture books,
All I
and you were
really
like,
want-
guys, I can't read.
I just
And-
want to read Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
Yeah, that honestly, that's the peak. That's like the Beatles of. That's like the Dark Souls of books. So you definitely should read Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
Although what I did play all the time because I'm a lifelong fan of Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings trilogy,
Of course.
which I'm sure
I like The Hobbit. Yeah.
which I'm sure is gonna come up many times. throughout whatever life this
No,
channel
honestly,
has.
I bet that's the only time we're ever gonna mention it.
Yeah.
Being honest.
And so EA put out, you guys might know this, you got game trivia players at home.
You MLG pros.
Yeah.
Slip him in.
That
Oh, they did.
that they
Slip in the
released
box.
game versions of the movies, and they may or may not be good. I don't really know.
That depends
But
on if
I
you're Jacob or
love
not.
I love them, and I've beaten the Return of the King one several times, and we should play it on the show.
I agree.
Okay. I'll say this, Jacob, about you feeling like you might have missed out on on something. Yeah, how? Okay, there we go. I
We just lay
think
into this guy, he dies.
I would say unless you are playing it with like other people and finding some sort of connection. Personally, there are a lot of times where I feel like a lot of entertainment is sort of an artificial experience, and it doesn't necessarily really bring you
Pleasure.
any any real lasting or I don't know, just like true emotion or like a real experience.
Yeah.
But that's just me. Like, who am I to say what's a real experience and what's not?
Yeah.
But so I would say I don't think you missed out, because there are a lot of times even when I personally think back on like when I was reading a lot and I'm like, damn, I wish I had read less and gone outside and like played with kids my age more, because like I only did it a few times once I was like 12 or 13. A lot of times when I was little, I remember mostly like reading and watching like Indiana Jones.
Yeah, I've always been like more like if I'm just doing something for fun, like unless I'm like actively hanging out with friends, it's always just like I'm just watching something or reading something. Like, and I've thought about that too. Like when I was younger, I was like, like a lot of times I watch older movies, like your Goonies and stuff, and I'm like, was that really what it was like? Like I never had a group of friends like that.
Yeah.
But it's also because the neighborhood I grew up in was all like old people.
Yeah, me
Yeah,
too. I feel that.
I mean, I would say I had a lot of friends, and I
Oh yeah, and modest too.
I didn't mean it like that. I mean, like, I had a big group of Goonie friends.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
Which
Look at how
Goonie
pretty
were you?
Look at how pretty this background is.
Dude, this game kind of looks like a piece of shit.
Is this
Honestly,
Jakku?
fucking Tetris looks way
This
better
game
than
is
this.
like a little pretentious, and
Yeah, it's a good popcorn game.
Guys, come back. We missed the cool little item. Okay,
Excuse me,
Are you
sorry, I
a
have
cool little
leukemia.
Oh, guys, we get. Oh, you guys are gonna be in for a good surprise.
You guys want to
Oh,
hear?
do we get leukemia later in the game?
blowing my phone?
Yeah.
I
Dude,
think I
we
fell.
have
I think I died.
Yeah, we'll come here, little.
What's the
come here,
name
boy.
of the lung cancer one?
So when I was a
always
little boy and I would go outside and adventure, this is what it consisted of. One time, my brother and we had pocket knives because we were Boy Scouts, and we had these big ass plants called elephant ears in our front yard, which are just like giant stems with big old flappy leaves on them.
Oh, you mean when you go poach an elephant and then just like cut its ears off and
Yeah, and then make it a plant in your front yard.
and dig a small hole in your front yard and just like bury them?
I actually
halfway?
really love elephants, and the thought of hurting one is sad to me.
Yes.
And so one time my brother and we were like acting like we were on a safari, and we just had our knives out, yeehaw,
awesome.
and we were chopping through these big ass plants, and I don't know, I guess we just didn't like think about how that could come back to bite us, because obviously like our elderly figures, being my grandpa who was there at the time, would come out and notice that we had savaged the front yard. But then I was a fucking idiot, and so we heard the door start to open, and I was like, oh no, we're gonna get in trouble because we chopped up the plants. And so I closed my pocket knife really quickly, and I was like, no one will be the wiser. And then my brother was like, look at your thumb, and I looked down, and I had slashed it like an inch deep when I was closing it, and it was just like pouring blood down my hand.
That's
And
like
I probably should have gotten stitches, but we just put a Band-Aid on it, and I was fine.
That's like the
Okay.
time, because when I was younger, one time I was playing, what's it called? Basketball?
Yeah.
With,
Oh, yeah.
Is that the one with the racket, or?
Yeah, I think so. The one where you hit the field goal with the bat,
Yeah.
and then
And you scream, 410, good buddy.
Yeah. Niner, break it. Niner, sports. But so, my brother and I were playing basketball together in our backyard, which at the time consisted of a lot of what people in Texas like to call cement, and and I fell somehow. I don't really remember, but I split my chin open, and that gave me what I like to think of as my Indiana Jones scar, even though you can barely see it and it doesn't look nearly as cool.
In the air and
Ever
the
since
ground.
Anthony got his huge, like, manly beard,
Cool.
we haven't been able to see it.
Yeah.
How'd you get up there?
You had to ground pound the
You gotta
drum.
Slam into it. Guys, we're about to see a really hot babe.
I was gonna say, aren't there more than one big cutie in this?
Wow.
Yeah.
This one might be my favorite.
Well, there's a lot more, my friend. There's a lot more.
Was there a bombshell blonde?
And they're all very hot. There is. Also, I'm sorry I just abandoned you guys.
That's fun.
Is there one that looks like Marilyn Manson?
Oh, I wish.
Is there one that looks like Charles Manson?
Marilyn Manson with his dress all up around his waist from the fat alone?
I hope one looks like Charles Manson.
I hope one looks like Charlie Brown.
I drew a really weird picture of Charlie Brown in my notes today, and I just wrote Chuck Brown underneath it, which tells you about the kind of day I had.
That does paint a picture, doesn't it? Oh my god!
Ooh, a little tribal
buddy.
action. I'm sorry that I said that.
I was literally about to say the opposite of that, where I was like, why is she the one wearing like the quote-unquote tribal shit?
Yeah.
It's because she's playing a didgeridoo.
Do you guys believe in like
Oh, I didgeridoo.
tribes or
her. What?
do you like believe
Oh, we got also the best power up in the game.
your propeller
Actually,
head?
second best. Yeah, you hold the jump button when you start falling down. Like you press it again and hold it.
Guys, can we all agree that
Oh, I got wings.
Tiny is the strongest Avenger?
TC.
Yeah, Teensy is the strongest Avenger.
What I was gonna say was like, do you guys like the idea that of like having like a squad, like a tribe,
Like a gang.
or just like, do you believe?
Yeah,
that,
like a gang. Like where we murder people together.
it's cool.
And jet cars like a gang. And we'll all snap and have switchblades, you know, like a gang.
I know so much about switchblades because I was in a production of yeah. Basically, I was in a production of 12 Angry Men, and
Guys, come back!
I feel like I can.
Anthony, guys, come back! Come back right
I'm
now!
coming
I am gonna
back.
scream.
I'm coming back. I'm right
We
here.
have to go back.
I'm right here. Jacob,
Jacob.
there's a little fucking, I can't. How do you even?
You were going to make me cry and scream.
Little fucking firefly.
You were gonna make me whimper into my hands.
I'm glad someone saved me from that. Unless else
Jacob,
could.
I would like to say I haven't seen
Guys, these are
either.
the Angry Birds.
I haven't seen either the movie or the play 12 Angry Men, but I can
Yeah.
almost guarantee there are no switchblades in 12 Angry Men.
You'd be very wrong. They're an intricate part, or an integral part of the mystery.
Okay,
because
but they just talk about switchblades.
no.
Oh, someone whips out a switchblade
Yeah.
and stabs one of the 12
Because that
Angry Men.
wouldn't be dynamic. So for those of you playing along at home, 12 Angry Men is a play about this boy who is accused of murder, and like it's in racist times, and so the jury.
Thank you, Jacob.
So the jury is basically like, yeah, he did it, whatever. And then there's one guy that goes, I don't think he did it. And then the rest of the play is him convincing everyone else that maybe the kid deserves a second chance.
And he's wrong. So it was a movie where some
Yeah.
idiot fucks over.
But that's the interesting thing, is that it's not actually about proving innocence. It's just about proving that he deserves a better trial.
Oh, that's interesting.
But or
He
that
said sarcastically.
Yeah. But basically, there's a part where they're like, well, this switchblade fell out of his pocket, and it's a really weird switchblade. So like, there's no way it could be anyone else's. And like they're all like touching it, and then the guy who tells them that he might be innocent whips out the exact same one and stabs it into the table, and then he's like, I bought it from a corner store.
We
Tricky
got it. We
treasure.
got the tricky treasure. End the episode. Turn the game off.